Uh, YouTube, Twitch, all the above. So yeah. Anywho, all right. So a lot of people are pissed off about the Jeffrey Epstein deal. I told y'all, you're not gonna get the list. You're not gonna get it. But it's so weird how this stuff is orchestrated. Because you had the Iran deal. He was trying to do a ceasefire. It gets leaked out by Rutgers. And then all that went down. And then Sunday, this this past Sunday, Axios leaked out. Guess what? There's nobody got a client list. Zero client list. Period. Well, Jeffrey Epstein didn't hang himself. No. This stuff just keeps getting thicker and thicker and thicker. Who are they covering up? That's the question I have to ask y'all. Who are they covering up? What's up, Miss Richie? I mean, see, the thing about the Iran deal, it got leaked out by Rutgers, like I said. Who who is Trump in contact with? Bibi Netanyahu. Uh, Bibi Netanyahu. Axio leaks out. There's no Epstein list. Who came to town today in Washington, D.C.? Bibi Netanyahu. You starting to paint the picture here? Are you connecting the dots? Are you? Because I've been connecting the dots for a long, long time. It's Bibi Netanyahu who is the problem. That's who the problem is. Let me see. Oh, but yeah, I mean, what can you say? I've told you time and time again, you're not going to get that list. Well, Trump's on the list. It doesn't matter who's on the list anymore because it's already been done. Um, if he was on the list, it would have already been exposed. We would have found it. Don't you think that the Democrats would have put it out there? What's up, Yucky? Um, for people who are pissed off, that's why Gail's not here. And I will say that because she's like, oh, I can't do it anymore. I can't. And I'm not taking shots at Gail. Do not misinterpret me whatsoever. But people, they're not in it for the long game because Pandora boxes has already been opened, and it was open when Trump ran the first time. Okay, um, and some people came into the later part of the side of it, far as in 2018, 2020, whatever case may be, and that's how things happen. Okay, um, I've been at this a long time, and I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat nothing. I'm not going to try to make you feel better, whatever case may be. I'm not. That's not who I am. I have to be myself here on the podcast because I'm here, okay, for you guys, for all the listeners, whatever case may be. If you sugarcoat things and you're just backing up, you just want to sweep things up underneath the rug and stuff like that. Um, But what were you looking for in the Epstein list? What? The names of the victims or the names of the elites? Because you're never gonna get that list. You're never gonna get it. Never. I mean, who you're just fooling yourself. That's people ask me all the time, man, why ain't you pissed off about this? Why should I be pissed off about it? Why? I'm not that person. That I'm not. You know, that's not who I am. I mean, that's them. They're gonna have to. They'll pay a sufferer when they're on their deathbed or whatever case may be. They will pay that sufferer, and there's a special place in hell for them. Okay, but then you got people that is like they're just so pissed off at Trump. Trump didn't have anything to do with this. He opened Pandora's box. He ordered Pam Bondi to release the Epstein list, everything declassified. Pam Bondi is over her head. Who's Pam Bondi? Cash Patel. If y'all seen the opening of this podcast, Dan Bongino gives his allegiance to Israel, not the United States of America, but to Israel. Pam Bondi, you go back and watch videos, she gives her allegiance to Israel, not America. Cash Patel. Oh, yes. I love Israel. Do you see the picture here, folks? Do you see who is running this government? And someone is trying to stop it. Who is that one person? President Donald J. Trump. And people are turning on Trump because, well, you run on, you're going to release the list. Well, he ordered it to be released. He did. Pam Bondi said, it's on my desk. It's on my desk. And they came out on Sunday, Axios, released it. And I'm gonna say this. I'm thinking it's Jared Kushner, who is the leaker, because every single time that BB and Trump is in negotiations and BB is coming to town, shit gets leaked out. It gets leaked. You can call me crazy, a conspiracy theorist, whatever you want to say. But yeah, but yeah. Anyway, all right. So just to put it to you like this, it's just more cover up. That's what they do. And this woman's lying out of her teeth, and she's aged a little bit. In 6 months, she sure has. Or I would say in a couple of months, not just 6 months, but
DOJ and FBI have now concluded there was no Jeffrey Epstein client list. What do you tell MAGA supporters who say they want anyone involved in Jeffrey Epstein's alleged crimes to be held accountable?
This administration wants anyone who has ever committed a crime to be held accountable. And I would argue this administration has done more to lock up bad guys than certainly the previous administration. And the Trump administration is committed to truth and to transparency. That's why the Attorney General and the FBI Director pledged at the president's direction to do an exhaustive review of all of the files related to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes and his death. And they put out a memo in conclusion of that review. There was material they did not release because, frankly, it was incredibly graphic and it contained child pornography, which is not something that's appropriate for public consumption.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. I got to go back over here. But I don't care. Where have you heard that before? Pam Bondi. It's so graphic that we can't show it. I don't want to see it. I've already seen it. Okay. But she's taking the talking points from Pam Bondi. And yeah, that's just what you heard. right there. But they do it on the Monday. This was today. Because Bibi Netanyahu is in town, correct? Kind of crazy, right? Okay. Which part you going to agree with, Miss Ritchie? Which part? Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, we're just gonna keep right on the road with it. So here in Las Vegas, this is a beautiful sight. You better run. You better run. Just saying. Better get on out of here. Oh my God, this is funny. They're coming at you. They're coming at you. They do. Yeah, it gets better because Karen, the mayor of Las Vegas, Karen Bass, I call it Bass, but dude, I tell you, she is. Oh my gosh, she has lost her daggone marbles. But this right here, okay, it's switching gears. All right, so now you have the Texas flood. That's what you have. That happened on 4th of July. And these people that are mocking people who are dead and suffering, as far as on the liberal side. I mean, dude, you got a daggum pediatric nurse, doctor, I should say. She got fired today or the other day because she put out a post out, well, MAGA's going to get what they deserve. Really? Wow. I mean, wow. I mean, it's just these people, they call us in the cult. We're not there. We're not in a cult. No, y'all are. It's called evil. And it's called you don't love America. You don't love American people. You don't love people at all. You don't even love yourself. I just don't get it. I guess if I got it, I would get it, but I just don't get it. I guess they just want to gaslight people, but I mean, I don't buy it anymore. I don't. Like I said, I've been doing it so long that I don't go there. Like I said, Miss Richie, I don't know what you agree with. But okay. Get over here. Huh? So y'all want eye candy. That's what y'all want. Y'all want eye candy. Okay. Anyway, you have me. You have me. I'm here. I am here. Okay. You have me. All right. So let's go ahead and pull this up. There we go. What you got to say, Ben?
As far as who knew what when, obviously there were warnings that went off. Potential flash flood warning I know went off for parts of central Texas on Thursday afternoon by the National Weather Service. What else can you clear up to kind of cut through all the absolute insanity that some people have used this to about who knew what when?
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns with that. I mean, we were told in the press conferences that warnings went out at 1 a.m. and at 3 a.m. the morning of the floods. As you mentioned, there were actually weather service warnings the night before, but it was very broad. And so, and that's really the biggest problem with the weather system. By the way, to all these idiots out there that are trying to say this is President Trump's fault, these are the same people that want us to believe in climate change, but
So it's all about climate change. It's all about President Trump, whatever case may be. They want to blame everybody and President Trump. MAGA supporters, well, we want you dead. You got what you deserve, right? It's bullshit, folks. It's bullshit. Let me ask y'all this question. What did you and your parents do when you didn't have a cell phone? Did you listen to your local weather? Because the local weather is 50-50. 50-50 on the weather. What you have to do is, because this is where I'm at, because I've not actually picked up a dead body, but I've seen the dead bodies from hurricanes, tornadoes, floods. I have, because I'm here in Alabama. So I'm in Northeast Alabama. I've been down south. I've been through the hurricanes and stuff. I've been through tornadoes, whatever the case may be. Really? I've even my parents, and I'm not making this about me. I'm just saying it's my parents. These people are grieving, and you got people mocking. Just people, they don't even know who they voted for. It doesn't matter who they voted for. It's time to come together. Really? It's time to come together, because these people are in need. These families are in need. And I'm going to tell you something. I know what the hurting is when this stuff happens. I've been there. I've done that. But yeah, there's gonna be some I don't really know what to say, to be honest with you, because I don't think that way. I have a heart, and they don't have a heart. They just want all out evil things to do, and wish ill on everyone. So I just I don't understand it. I do not understand it, and do not blame Trump, because this weather modification started a long time ago, and they use it for a lot of farmers. They use it because it's in a drought situation as far as their land. In this, there in Cara, whatever you want to say, Texas, Caryville, Texas, they've been in a drought for over a year. And you get that much rain in 45 minutes. Oh, it's definitely going to flood. You know, the last flood that happened there, other than 2025, 4th of July, was 1987. But the previous flood was 1932. And it raised 39 foot, 16 inches of rain on the periods of days. You got Mississippi, 2023. I think y'all remember that one, because that's one. It started from Missouri, and then came down to Mississippi. Really? Just letting y'all figure that one out. But there's a good Samaritan that. Oh, stop that! Don't you be doing that. Anyway, so we'll see how this goes. first responder.
Hey, yeah, good morning, everyone. So I'll kind of give you guys a quick synopsis of what was going on. The Coast Guard launched us and decided to send a rescue crew from Air Station Corpus Christi at about 6:30, 7 a.m. on Friday, the 4th of July. I just happened to be on the duty crew with Ian Hopper, Blair Rougefort, Seth Reeves, some of our crew members in the Coast Guard. And they sent us out. We kind of encountered some pretty serious weather, some of the worst flying we've ever dealt with personally. It took us, which should have been an hour flight, probably took us about 7 or 8. Just to get into the landing zone. Once made about 4 different approaches trying to get in, we were able to get boots on the ground with the Air National Guard, Department of Public Safety for Texas, game wardens. And we decided to leave me on scene at Camp Mystic. That was kind of our main triage site we were trying to help out with. And we decided, hey, if we leave the rescue swimmer on scene, we'll have more space in our Dolphin MH-65. So based on that, I got on scene, boots on the ground at Camp Mystic. Kind of discovered I was the only person there. As far as like first responders go. So yeah, I had about 200 kids mostly, all scared, terrified, cold, having probably the worst day of their life. And I just kind of need to triage them, get them to a higher level of care, and get them off the flood zone with a lot of the US-60 Army helicopters. United States Army National Guard was landing their 60s with Task Force 1, some of their rescue swimmers, and they were able to land. We kind of came up with 2 different landing zones. There was one off an archery field and then one at a soccer field. So yeah, we were able to kind of land those 60s in there. And then I was kind of the main guy as far as like grabbing people, usually like 15 to 10 kids at a time, maybe one adult with them, and bringing them over to those 60s and getting them to a different LZ that was kind of safe and had more first responders than just myself out there.
Had you ever done this before?
No, this is my first one. I haven't had any cases before. I've been a rescue swimmer for about a year, fully trained for about 6 months. So yeah, this is my first experience, but I really just kind of relied on the training we get. Coast Guard rescue swimmers get some of the highest level training in the world. So really just kind of relied on that, and that, just knowing that any of the rescue swimmers in the Coast Guard would have done the exact same, if not better than me. So
training is one thing, but this was the real deal.
Yeah, this is definitely the real deal. But I just remembered that, when I got on scene, there was, 200 kids looking to someone for some sort of comfort and safety. They don't really know what my experience is or my rank or my age. They just know, hey, this guy's a professional and he's here to help us. And I kind of had to live up to that standard. But yeah, the real heroes, I think, were the kids on the ground. Like, those guys are heroic, and they were dealing with some of the worst times of their lives, and they were staying strong. And that helped inspire me to kind of get in there and help them out.
Well, you sure stayed strong as well. Thank you for joining us this morning. Congratulations on a job well done.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Peach, how you doing?
Peachy.
Okay, good. But kudos to the kids because they knew what to do. But with George Stephanopoulos, I'm not trying to rain on this parade here. George Stephanopoulos interviewing this guy. What's this guy about? I will have to check into that. I will. What do you think, Peach?
Well, I don't know too much about what you were just talking about, but
Well,
I'm guessing we're talking about the flood in Texas.
It's the Texas flood. We'll say that. Okay. So this is supposedly a guy who rescued 200 children that stayed in one place. Yeah. Just saying. Yeah.
That's the first I've heard about it.
Wait, you go back and watch the video at about 27 minutes into the podcast. So there you go.
Okay.
Anyway, so
I'm a little skeptical about all this, though.
okay. So you say you're skeptical. Explain why you're skeptical.
Barbara Bush has ties to this camp.
Barbara Bush is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And the elites send their kids to this camp.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ted Cruz, his daughter, or not his daughters do go to this camp, but they weren't there.
Wasn't there an NFL football player coach his daughter there?
That part I do not know. I just know there was some congressman, congressperson, or senator person. Their daughters were there, and go hug your children. Really? Listen, man.
Um,
It just takes to high heaven because
Kansas City Chiefs.
okay, it's Kansas
Chiefs.
City Chiefs. Okay.
Chiefs owner's wife confirms tragic family death.
Oh well, somebody had to pay the price, right? I'm sorry that you lost your loved one, but you know it was put out on June the 30th by a guy into thin air podcast. No, I don't really think he has podcasts. I know he's over on X. He put it out there on June 30th that all this stuff is going to be happening. He nailed the stuff in Gum, North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina. You know who I'm talking about, Peach?
I'm not sure. Are you talking about that the colored gentleman that has predicted?
No, he never shows his face. Hang on, let me get over here. Go ahead and
Okay.
talk, Peach. You know, people's been
I mean,
missing
I did
a
see
little bit late, but okay, yeah, I gotta call you out. You know I am. Oh, there he is. Where you at? There he is. There he is. You gonna talk? You just gonna sit there?
I do know that we should be digging into the Bass family. Fort Worth's Ed Bass gives $30 million for research on climate change environment.
Okay, but do you not realize that Chapel Hill, North Carolina, is underwater right now?
I did see that one.
Yeah. So we're gonna play this video. Let me see if I can get the audio up. I should say.
Okay.
Hello, everyone that just rolled in from
Yeah, they
Crazy Dudes.
all want the
Right.
eye candy. That's what they want. They want the eye candy. Anyway, so the eye candy is here. Y'all can relax and grab your beverages, grab your popcorn, whatever case may be. She's here. So anyway,
You're feeling a little spicy tonight.
I am spicy because people who talk about what's happened and downgrade the families of Texas and Asheville, North Carolina, that have not been through. If you go back and listen to the podcast, please, I've seen dead bodies from hurricanes on the roads. Okay. I've seen dead bodies in tornadoes, even my own two parents. Okay. And for people to sit there and just sit there, they get what they deserve for voting for J. Trump. You know, I'm talking about that daggone pediatrician doctor. She got fired.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, you don't have a freaking daggum clue. Okay, you don't know how much it affects your family. You don't know who these people voted for. I'm tired of talking about that one because I've already said what I said. Anyway, here we go.
Welcome back, everyone. June 30th, 2025, and we are checking out the Gulf today. Take a look at this shockwave that covers every single Gulf state. Whatever this is, some sort of front, some sort of weird weather manipulation type thing going on, you can see the entire shockwave of this thing rolling up from the center of the Gulf, straight up to all states that touch that water. And as you get a little closer near Texas and Louisiana, we start seeing our next red beams firing in all directions just as this front crosses that area. And then you're not going to believe what's on the horizon. Finally, we're already in July and we've only seen the letters A and B, which quickly formed and disappeared, which would be Andrea and Barry. Now, Chantel might be another story as far as hurricanes go, but we're expected to see at least a possible tropical storm in the Gulf this week or within the next 7 days. And you can see that right here on the 5-day tropical outlook chart. As of right now, they're kind of expecting this thing to possibly roll up the west coast of Florida and then hug the Gulf states, the Panhandle, Alabama, Mississippi. This could all change in a short period of time, but I think it's very interesting how we've had such a quiet season, and then out of nowhere we get this explosion of energy in the Gulf. That's a weird looking phenomena. It does not look natural to me. It's involving the NEXRAD towers then zapping the crap out of this front. That seems artificially made to me. Of course, this is just my opinion, which I'm allowed to have. God forbid you have your own opinion these days online, but this is very strange, my friends. This is not something you see every day. This is a very unique type shockwave looking thing that is on the NEXRAD charts. And I mean, the more you look at it, the more it seems that way. It's just at a place. You see these in small versions that'll cross like half a state, but this is spanning multiple states in one giant wave. Now, temperatures are supposed to be super hot all along the Gulf states, including Mexico, so it's definitely not a cold front. And if you look a little closer, you could see it kind of originates in a small, compact area within the center of the Gulf before expanding out into all these states. That is why I'm adding the shockwave term, not just because of the visual, but because it begins in that short, compact area, and then you can literally follow this wave all the way up thousands of miles into the United States. Just a very, very wild video, my friends. Please take the time to share this, subscribe, and please check me out over on X and Instagram as well. That is where I post when I'm not here on YouTube. I know it's been a while. I've had a lot going on, but I'm here and I'm posting every day. So please check those channels out. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next.
And definitely go over and check him out, because that guy right there, he's been jolly on the spot, I should say. So yeah. Just wanted to share that with y'all. So what's got Paige?
Didn't someone say there's going to be a lot of events, catastrophic events happen?
You talking about false flags?
I'm not sure. I don't remember the name.
I don't know, but I just know that there's a lot of that. I just know there's a lot of families that suffer right now. You know.
Yeah, there are. I have seen where some girls have been found
Yeah, there was
in
one.
Texas, but not the North Carolina thing's fairly new. I just saw that not too long earlier today or something.
Yeah. With the Texas thing, you know, I think it was 2 girls. One was found in a tree, and the other one, I don't know exactly where she was found, but it's horrible. You know, it is. And the thing about it is, folks, 2024, who's president?
I've got a little bit of dementia. I can't remember.
That be Joe Biden or the auto pen, whatever. I guess it's auto pen.
President Auto Pen.
But who was running for office in 2024?
Who was running? I got a little bit of dementia going on. I can't remember.
That'd be Donald J. Trump and Kamala Harris.
Okay.
Whatever how you say. North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina. Big on they have lithium there. Okay. Trump announced, hey, we're going to build. Well, actually, I think it was Elon Musk, actually. We're going to Texas, and we're going to build a lithium battery plant there in Texas. Guess where that was, Peach? Everyone?
Where?
Yeah, right there. Just got flooded. Yeah, Kerrville, Texas. Kerrville, however how you say it, but yeah,
That's where they're going to build it.
That's where they wanted to build it, and the residents, like, now, folks, you got to understand, this is the population in that area, 25,300 minus, well, over 100. So it's 25,000 minus 100, you know. Now, God rest their souls. Yeah, they rejected it. What are you going to do? We're going to flood you out. Yeah. That's what they do, folks. If you know where I've been actually to that place, it's between valleys. Okay. It's between valleys. It's in a hollow. I mean, up here at the house, we're sitting on a hill. We're 647 feet above sea level where my house is. And we got hollows all the way around us. All the way. You down in the valley? Yeah. You're gone. That's what happened. You're gone. What's up, Jay Henry? But yeah. So
I got a couple dams in my area and a lake. So
really?
mhm.
But see, the thing about it is, Peach, they say it's 100-year flood. Okay. It's 100-year flood. It's been 38 years since there's been a flood like that. That was 1987. And before that time, 1932. Yeah. They're in that place in Texas. And that's your history on that part, folks. What?
That okay. So you're saying the same place that has flooded in Texas has flooded previously before. Wasn't that the same? If we look back at all these other floods that have happened, they too have had a time span years ago where a flood came through. So is this a whole history repeats itself because it's being controlled? Like
I wouldn't say that it's being controlled. I would say history is repeating itself. You can say a little bit that it is kind of controlled because they want to build things over there that people they don't want to. They basically they don't want they okay. So if the government comes up to you and say, "Hey, I want to buy your property," okay, and you have a small property, we're going to build this big old beautiful shopping center here, whatever the case may be. You say, "No, I'm not selling my place." They can offer you, and folks, this happened here in Alabama, and it happens all the time, all over across the United States. They'll say, "Nope, I don't want to sell it." Well, listen, we're going to do it like Walmarts and stuff like that. And this is what I'm talking about here in Alabama. We're going to do it. We're going to offer you a price, and that's what you're going to take. Okay. Well, what do? Some people will take the price. Low ends on the dollar, because the thing about it is when you flood the place like that or flood into place, they can go low end on the dollar. Investors come in there and buy that property, dirt ass cheap. Okay. And then they build what they want to build. Okay. But the people, that's the thing about it. The people don't want that there because you cannot. We're talking about lithium. I don't know a lot about lithium. I just know it's dangerous and stuff like that. Okay. That's all I know. All right. So they just wash them out. Go back to Nashville, North Carolina, right there in the valleys. Washed them out. Hurricane-like weather. And what are they saying about this? What are they saying about this storm in Texas? hurricane weather. They're repeating themselves. And the thing about it is, we have so many people nowadays that are catching on to this stuff. And people is calling it out. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene come out, when was it? Saturday? She said, on Tuesday, I'm going to introduce a bill to do away with this weather modification. You got Ted Cruz up there today, okay? A journalist said something about weather modification. Well, you hear things online. You can't trust that stuff. Dude, it's weather modification, bro. It's 100% weather modification. So, yeah, I got a beef for you, Ted. That's why I did not vote for you for president. I voted for you in the primary, but I know who you are now, Ted. You know, your dad was a big Castro fan. You know, he and Lee Harvey Oswald. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I got a big beef for that. The man looked like he was freaking daggum stone cold. This, you gotta go hug your children. Y'all need to go find that video. I mean, it's out there. It's on his page, you know, over on X or Facebook, wherever he's at. Yeah, it's these people are suffering, and like I said, I know exactly what they're going through. If you have not been through that, you can shut your face, point blank, point blank. I don't mean you, Peach. I mean you're right here on the panel with me. I just mean it for
No,
the,
I mean, I know who you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. And she's caught a lot of it from a lot of creators on the right and the left, I believe, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she stirred the pot.
yeah, and
I don't understand why anyone would want to say it was God's will for something like that when the immigrants made a choice to bring their children. Are they their children, though? And are they really going to put their children in these concentration camps with gators around it? No. I don't believe they're putting the children in there, so y'all can stop with that madness. But it's one thing when someone comes over here illegally. You just go back to the Obama administration. They're the ones who originally caged the children. That's where it started. But to compare that to a catastrophic event, I thought that I heard that she was actually a preacher's wife as well. And he's white.
what does race have to do with it? I'm just
What
asking
does race
her,
have to do with it?
what does race have to do with it? Because she's a black female, and she's married to a white person, but she wants to throw it out. She wants to throw that into people's faces, you know, because she's controlling her husband, you know. So I don't know. I mean, it's just it's all twisted, you know. It is what it is, and hey, y'all think I'm kidding? Y'all think I'm kidding? This stuff been going on for decades. This is Lyndon B. Johnson.
Permit man to determine the world's cloud layer and ultimately to control the weather, and he who controls the weather will control the world.
You're right, Linda B.
He who controls the weather controls what?
The world. The world.
And he who controls, you say it all the time, the food controls the world.
Yep. Exactly. That's why you grow your own food. Grow your own food. Go out there and go hunting. That's why I love where I live at. I do. Ugh, yes. All right, so Miss Peach, you got anything?
Yeah, I did come across this right here.
Okay, everybody, breaking news. The Trump administration has said Epstein killed himself and that there is no Epstein client list and no information will be released out of protection for privacy and for the victims. Now, some people are immediately suggesting, oh, Trump must be on the Epstein list. Well, wait a second. If President Trump was on the Epstein list and there was something compromising in it, why didn't Joe Biden release that when he was president for the 4 years, when they obviously tried to use lawfare to prevent President Trump from becoming president again in 2024, and they went to huge extremes in New York and Alvin Bragg and Letitia James, maybe because he's not on the Epstein list. But do you want to see the entire Epstein list? I'm curious, what do you make of this decision? Do you think Epstein killed himself? What do you make of this breaking news story that President Trump's administration considers this matter closed? Put in your comments right now. Would love to hear from you. And it's an official statement from the Department of Justice saying that this is a closed matter.
All right, so definitely it's a closed matter, case closed, you know. I mean, what do you think, Paige? I'm just going to think on the lighter side of it, they just don't, you're not going to see or hear the names of the people that's on the Epstein list.
But we voted for transparency.
Okay, well, he offered transparency. And this is the thing about people who voted for Trump in 2024. He said to release the list. He told Pam Bondi, he told the DOJ to release the list. Unredacted. Who's not releasing the list? Oh, Pam Bondi. But there's a twist. It's really not a twist. Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, they were given what was left of the Epstein stuff. Okay, the Epstein stuff. So you can't blame President Trump, even though people was blaming President Trump. You know, but like Pete just said the word transparency. Trump said release it. Pam, you can go back, folks, and look up Pam Bondi says Trump said release the list. Unredacted. So Trump, he's wanting the list put out there. He's wanting it out there, but Pam Bondi's don't want it out there. Kash Patel's not wanting it out there. Even though Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, they sit there and ran on this stuff. Oh yeah, blah 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 blah. Y'all know exactly where I'm going on that deal. So they are not to blame. Pam Bondi is to blame because she came out and said, "Well, I got a stack of it on my desk." Okay, Pam Bondi, you need to be going bye bye. See ya, and you're gonna be going bye bye pretty soon because Trump's gonna get rid of your ass. Okay, just saying. Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, they ain't going nowhere because Pam Bondi put her foot in her mouth, and then she comes back out and says, "There's nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Zero. And we all know. We have a bunch of warriors that's out there that's posting this stuff up, whatever the case may be. Hey, Pam, you got to go, Pam. Who do you think the next attorney general is going to be?
You know who I'd like for it to be?
I want it to be Matt. Yeah, I do.
I mean, it's just really weird how he originally he was supposed to be the main catch for it. He was up for it and he was going to do it, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, "No, we don't want you." And then he gracefully bowed out, and then this one came in.
Because, to be honest with you, no disrespect. She's a female. She's eye candy. I actually think she looks ugly. She's not pretty at all. That's just me. But if she's blonde and she's eye candy, I think she's actually DEI. I think she's.
That's what I was getting ready to say. But even under his administration,
like I put it into a post today, Trump shows the weak in their evils to expose themselves. Because she's weak. She don't have a backbone. Who's she? That's what I said a while ago. Dan Bongino. Y'all seen the opening of the podcast. His alliances with Israel. Pam Bondi. Her alliances with Israel. Kash Patel. His alliances with Israel.
it is.
Oh, yeah. Go back. I'll send you the video. Okay. When I say alliance, they always bring up, hey, Israel this, Israel that, whatever the case may be. But you can go find it. But where's America in here? Where is America? Zero. Just like all these daggum people, you're going to lose all your medical insurance, all these millions of people. They never say the American people. They always just say people because they're talking about the immigrants. Correct? Yeah. I mean, it's batshit crazy. So, yeah. Anyway. That's all I have, Peach. Unless you got something else.
So you've heard about the changes with TikTok, correct?
Yeah, what is it called? M2?
Yeah.
Yep. So are you signed up for that already?
Do they even have an app for that yet?
Yeah, well, I don't really know, to be honest.
I
with you.
don't think there's an app available. I did download one video earlier today to have just in case. Because I've only seen maybe about 3 people talk about this.
What's that?
What's going on with this? I do believe it's extended into March of next year.
What's extended into March of next year?
TikTok.
Okay, you talking about the regular TikTok or you talking about the
Yeah. Right. All
Okay.
right. Here's this young lady, Kenny.
Kitty Gang, TikTok will stop working in March of 2026. Do you hear me? M2 will be launched September 5th. They will be moving everything from your TikTok account to M2. And I already did my digging in my receipts. Other content creators outside the US will still be able to use TikTok, and they will see us, the US, but ours will be a different app known as M2. The one good thing I can see out of this is when M2 launches, every single new content creator will get pushed out because they're going to want you to use it. Do not stop posting on here. Grow, because your account will get transferred over, and apparently all your followers, all your likes, everything about your page will get transferred to M2. I want you to know this, and I don't want you to get scared. I want you to be ahead of the game so that you won't get caught off guard when March 2026. It will be launching September 5th of this year. So stay tuned and we'll see what's going on.
There you have it, folks. So, I mean, is there going to be an app like you asked? I don't know. I have zero clues. I guess I went to September the 5th to see if that's going to be an app.
Right.
Hey, and if so, I mean, is it going to be censored like we are now over on TikTok?
I sure the hell hope not.
Will they get some backlash if they did?
You know what, though? Something that I noticed this actually with my oldest Peaches TikTok account, and I've seen this 2 other times. It's very rare that I have seen it. So, and I don't remember exactly how. I think I just typed her name in and went to her account. And it had literally said, and I think I have screenshots in my other phone, but it literally said that my oldest Peach had like over 140,000 followers, right? 140,000, right? So I took a screenshot and then I was like, that's weird. That's weird. And then so like, you know, I've scrolled through some of her videos and then I went over to my FYP. And then the next time that I went to go look her up, she was back down to 20,000. And I've seen that like on like 3 other occasions where I've typed in someone's name and their profile comes up and it shows they have a massive amount of followers. And then when you go back to try to look them up again, it drops it back down. So I almost feel like that the majority of us have more followers than what we're led to believe.
Yeah, you know, I think you're right, because you know, when I put out a video, it gets to 88. Actually 88%. Don't get me going down that road. But anyway, 88%, and it just hangs there. Then it'll finally go, and then I get more views. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I ain't got a clue. I don't know. It's just crazy. All of it's just crazy. So,
I guess we'll see how much of a change there is and how much if we continue to be silenced.
exactly. All right, so here, let's roll this.
We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need.
And Miss Peach, I did not change the sidebar here. It changed on its own.
I saw the notification when I first came on that they changed some things.
So this guy's got something to say about the Epstein stuff, because, like I said, Peach, let me ask you this: how do you feel about what they said about, hey, we're not going to release it, there's nothing there, whatever case may be? I mean, how do you feel? Because people, they're just going batshit crazy, and these are the people I call flip floppers. Okay, I'm sticking with Trump. Okay. No ifs, ands, buts. I'm sticking with Trump. Okay. I'm sticking with him. Not Kash Patel or Dan Bongino, because Dan Bongino is just a daggum. anyway, he is what he is. And then you got Pam Bondi. I mean, what is your thoughts on people flip flopping about all this stuff? I mean, we've said it here on this podcast several times on this podcast that you're just not going to get the names. I mean, what are your thoughts? I mean, are you disappointed? What are you? I'm just asking the question.
Little bit of mix on that one. Is he still putting particular people in the spotlight? Perhaps. Have we had the list all along and this is just one big fucking shenanigan kind of a game?
Okay, but with that saying, I mean, just like I said earlier, they leak this stuff out when Bibi Netanyahu comes to town. They leaked it out on this. Well, there's nobody on the Epstein list. There's no Epstein list. On Sunday, Bibi Netanyahu comes to town today. That's what I'm getting at. It's Bibi Netanyahu. He's the evil person. That's just me.
Well, we've been saying that for how long?
Well, for a long time, Peach. A long time. Save Israel for last. You're seeing saving Israel for last because of Bibi Netanyahu. You're seeing who the evil one is. He's not a good dude, okay? He's not. So anyway, that's just me.
All right, what's your video you have down here?
Here we go. All right, so let's play this.
I'm glad I waited on making this video. If you're like me, and you saw this come across your newsfeed last night and was wondering, how could this be? How could the FBI drop a memo in the middle of the night last night claiming that Epstein was not murdered? He did control alt delete himself. He had no client list. I was about to do an entire breakdown of everything about this that was BS with proof. Like I said, I'm glad that I waited because I noticed that there's no timestamp, there's no signature block, there's no nothing. It's just a bunch of words, bunch of mumbo jumbo.
A few moments later.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
And it's gone.
What?
It's gone. It's all gone.
What's all gone?
The Axios leaked memo is no longer on the website. The DOJ is not showing this memo anywhere on there at all. So A, either somebody released it too early and they didn't have a time to sign it, so they had to pull it down, or B, somebody's fucking with this, or C, somebody fucked up and told a lie about a truth we all know to be real. Because like I said, I went back to old court documents back to 2019 and 2020, where Judge Allison Nathan was the one in charge of Ghislaine Maxwell's black book, and so is Jeffrey Epstein's black book from another judge, but I can't find anything on that anymore. She's the one who had her record sealed, and we're all saying, cool. So there's no client list, there's no blackmailing, so Ghislaine Maxwell's in prison for 20 years to trafficking minors to nobody. Got it. So until one of the three stooges come out and say something, Bongino, Patel, and Bondi, the wet dish rags they try to fucking be, we'll just call this a very clever, detailed fake to throw off the general public, because we're never going to let this go. We're like a pit bull humping your leg, or a Rottweiler with a bone. Just give us what we want, and we'll go away.
Wow. I mean, that's pretty straightforward.
So is the Department of Justice sketch?
I would definitely say so, because they were, folks. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything here. All of it is freaking daggum swamp. That's what we'll say. It's swamp. Dan Bongino worked for Obama. Cash Patel worked for Obama.
That's right.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So you see where the leaks are coming from. I ain't saying Cash or Patel is doing it. I'm just saying you got people that are in his cabinet and working for him, not with the people who worked for Obama. And Jared Kushner throw that some gun out the window. Go to 40,000 foot. Say, hey, let's look. Because every time that Bibi Netanyahu has communications, like I said, or coming to town, some shit gets leaked out. And Jared Kushner is right there in the, not the cabinet, but right there beside President Trump. Yeah. Who's got the big ties with Israel? Jared Kushner. Just saying. The quiet part.
Where's WikiLeaks when you need them?
Okay, well, damn, I'm glad you brought that up because the sheriff there in Caryville, Texas, have you looked him up?
Mm-mm.
I spent all weekend looking. I've been digging, Peach. I have been digging, y'all. There's no WikiLeaks on that joker.
You digging in the dirt and you ain't finding any dirt.
No, I ain't no. There ain't no dirt. Ain't no rocks. Ain't nothing. No. That saying, you can't even find his damn birthday. Yeah, but you can find out when he became sheriff there in 2020. You can find out where his son became an officer there in Dallas Police Department 2023. You can find out that his daughter was a softball player and that his son was a pretty damn good baseball player. But nothing about that man. Zero. If you can find, Peach, if you can find something, please send it to me because I ain't found nothing.
What's his name?
It's Larry Lee, whatever. You go look it up. I mean, just look at the sheriff of Carey County. I ain't found nothing. Zero.
Carey County?
It'd be Kerr, Texas sheriff. She's doing this real live, folks. Just live. I mean, they on that joker. Zero. Not fire, Paul. Glad you was here. Anyway, there's nothing. Zero. If she finds something, I'm gonna be completely shocked. Completely.
Okay, so it just
what?
So when I put in what you asked me to, it says it appears there's been a mix-up. There's no Larry Lee currently serving as sheriff, and this says Kerr County, Texas. But you said it's
Kerr, Texas.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Type in Kerrville. They say it two different ways. That's the way Texans do stuff.
Because this says Sheriff Larry L. Letha Jr.
That's it. Yep. That's it.
It says a 30-year veteran of law enforcement with experience as a DPS special agent, deputy sheriff, state trooper, and even deputized federal marshal.
And that's all you're going to find. Other than he ran for office in 2020 and he won the election in 2020. Okay. That's all you're not gonna find a birthday. Nope. Ain't gonna find it. 0. I'm waiting.
Recently recognized by the American Constitutional Rights Union with a Defender Award
With that said, he got a grant for the police department. Okay.
for collaboration with ICE.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Let me.
Do you have a birthday, Peach?
I'm gonna hold on.
Oh my gosh, this is funny. No, there ain't no birthday. I'm telling you, I've been digging all freaking weekend.
I couldn't find any reliable public source listing Ari L. Letha Jr.'s exact birthday. It appears that this personal detail isn't disclosed on official Kerr County Sheriff's Office pages.
Imagine that.
Ballotpedia or other readily accessible public profiles.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I told y'all, this guy must be CIA. Because if you know that CIA agents, this stuff is buried. Period. Other than that, that's all I got, Peach. Unless you got something else that you want to pop up there.
No, I don't have a whole lot of other things. I've been tending to a dog.
Yeah, how's your puppy doing? Well, I say puppy. Joker's. He's a big boy, but
I don't know. We see hopeful signs. You know, I just it's rough when you have a family pet and you kind of you know what you need to do, but you don't have the finances to do it. So you just got to try to figure things out the best you can at home. So he is eating a little bit better and still drinking water. And before I came on here, he finally got up and went outside, and he saw 2 other dogs coming up the street, and he is about ready to run, which was a wonderful sign that he was about ready to just run and go say hi. But he is he does not look like a Rottweiler. He's very anemic looking. So I think that's why he's sleeping so much, because he's lost so much weight. It's just one of these things we're just going to have to monitor very closely. And when payday comes around, then maybe we'll see if we can afford an ultrasound that's about $800.
well, folks, if y'all were subscribed to the channel, we can help that happen. We can actually help that happen. Okay.
Yeah,
We
we'll
do
see.
we do stuff for free. You know what I'm saying? We do it for free, and we just ask for a cup of coffee. You know, it's less than $5 a month. Subscribe to the podcast because we do help people out from the subscribers that give to the podcast. We help people out. We do, and now you know what we do. You know, so anyway, Miss Beach.
I think right now is the oh, thank you, Miss Ritchie.
Thank you,
I think
Miss
right now is if you're not already, get right with God and lean on Him during these times. I would say it's probably going to get a whole lot more worse before. I don't know when the hell it's going to get better, but stay grounded in truth and walk in the light. And as always, faith over the fear. Because again, this is the media that could be twisting things. So use your discernment. And thank you, Jade. Thank you, everyone. Dude, it just kind of sucks, you know. Just sucks when you're you know, have an animal that you know is on the brink, or is he? You know what I mean? And you kind of teeter-totter with, because this happened with my last dog. You know, we took her in thinking we were going to get her fixed, and then all of a sudden we were given, okay, well, you can either put her down or we could send her off, but that's going to cost you about $6,000. And we're not even sure if she'll make it. So right now we're kind of teeter-tottering with, I don't know, with what the vet said, according to the blood work, of trying to say he has kidney disease.
And I was going to, well, anyway, if you can email me the blood work, I will have my veterinarian check it out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think it, you know, I told you I thought it was porcine, but none of the other dogs have that problem. And KD, thank you for the rumble rant.
Thank you.
Oh, I think you may have a parasite or something. I don't know, but I'll let my veterinarian, because I do trust this guy. You know what I'm saying? I do trust him.
Yeah.
And just email me and we'll see what's going on. So
yeah, I did reach out to Charlotte too, because Charlotte usually knows a lot of people, and she reached out to a vet too today and showed pictures of the blood work as well. So yeah, if anybody knows a vet, I'll be happy to send you the blood work, because when I put it in my chat GPT, it was a whole different diagnosis. So I don't know. It's one of these, it's just teeter totter. I don't know, but just pray for my pup, y'all. Just pray. And me, because you know, when you have a pet that's part of the family, you kind of sink into a little bit of depression. So but right now I got to lean on God and trust God, just like all of you need to do with everything that's going on in the world right now as well. And thank y'all for being here. And sorry I've been absent. If I'd have showed up, I'd have been absent-minded. So.
Well, with that said, Miss Page, thank you for joining us right here on Gen X Unfiltered, Miss Page. And everyone else out there. I'll be back tomorrow night. I will. 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Y'all click that thumbs up button. Please repost the podcast. And thank y'all absolutely for being here. Miss Peach, we love you. We love you, dog. Prayers for all the above. Because
all of them.
You gotta have God. You gotta have God. And to the families in Texas, you probably won't hear this, but my heart and my soul is with each and every one of y'all, because I know what you're going through. I do. And it was kind of going to be kind of hard for me to talk about it this evening. But I came through it pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, I know what y'all going through. And first responders, kudos to you guys and gals, because it's a hard job. I know that it is. And, you know, they were supposed to give a midday press conference. They're done with it, folks, because they're actually in recovery mode now. It's not this search and seat. They're in recovery mode for just completely. They don't want to answer any more questions from stupid journalists about, hey, about this, what about that, what. These people are in survival mode. This is where they're at right now, because they know that these people, there, what is it, Peach? Over 100 people now who are dead. And they're just in recovery mode. And y'all pray for those families, you know. And like I said, if you haven't been there, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know what they're going through. And these TikTokers, these Instagram people, whatever the case may be, you can shut your face. Period.
I would also like to say that be very cautious that if you want to make any type of donations just be very cautious of who you're giving money to. I mean, we all know how the last event went. So if you know someone personally, I would say that that's your best way, you know, in or around the area. I would just be very cautious if you want to help.
Because I would be there right now. I would be there right now. You know, I got people that we would be right there right now. And, you know, you see, especially on Fox News, you see these QR codes. Right? Is that how you say it, QR codes? You can scan it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Contact them directly. Don't send your money to just a bunch of bull crap, because there's a lot of scammers out there, and I've dealt with that over the years through the stuff that I've been through, far as not just my parents, but present years, I should say. Yeah. But my heart's out to all of you people out there in Texas and the families, and God bless you. May God strengthen you in a way that you can deal with it, because you're going to have some hard times coming up. You know, you got your babies that they're gone. You got your husbands that are gone. You know, I know. And I'm with y'all. Love y'all.
Have a good night, y'all.